from
Hi,
you.
stream.
Yeah. Hi, stream. You're not watching it, but that's fine. Tonight's gonna be a little bit different. The DM, not going to be DMing. We have a guest DM tonight running. Let's consider it a side story or an anime filler episode.
We're going to the beach.
Yeah,
Fuck
beach
yeah.
episode.
Regan a thong.
But yeah,
That's exactly what I would expect.
kind of rightfully so. So yeah, just to give a quick recap before handing it off. Party basically just went back to Order last week and spoke to Aurelian, whom quickly won his face not being broken by both apologizing and giving everyone a little bit of insight, if not magical items.
Magical items are a good way to bribe a D&D party.
It's a very good way to bribe the D&D party.
Yeah.
From there, the
Like
party kind of had to parse what had happened with Ren's sister, so it was overall kind of a quiet group time. And Aurelian told them that the potions for Krieg's people are on the way south, and they were able to book passage on a train heading down to the Alterel capital.
We also gave and received the gift of chickens.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
That's important.
Yeah.
Or Jeremiah.
Or poor Aurelian, you don't know yet.
Oh my god.
Jeremiah.
You see them? Jeremiah will be running the store.
Jeremiah, he is an adventurous soul after all.
Oh my god.
He's gonna have his own, like, campaign happening on the side. With his
Next
animal
time, Jeremiah's the one with people in the bed.
You guys thought you were the heroes of this campaign? No, Jeremiah is. He's gonna solve all of these problems. You guys know, like, when you have, like, that, like, opposing party that always gets there right before you guys? That's Jeremiah. That's what he does.
Jeremiah's Gary O.
Damn it! And I gave him away! I gave away our Gary Oak.
Yeah.
We all play as, like, farm animals for a night with Jeremiah.
That'd be kind of
Oh
fun,
my
actually. Anyway, okay. So, so would I. You guys are now on the train heading south. It is a nice train this time. It looks like a normal train. You are not in the car with the super rich people. You are kind of in the generic seating area.
Thank the gods. The
Um,
non-existent gods.
Yeah. And now I'll pass it on over to Max.
Okay, so I've got some notes here, but I had to kind of jot them down because I was in the middle of a meeting. So you guys have a loyal frog, and one of you grilled your sister. Is that right?
Yes.
Precisely. You know us
Okay,
so
great.
well already.
She was tasty.
Fantastic. I knew I was onto something here. All right, I've got a good idea for the campaign.
Oh my god.
We're doomed.
We're all gonna die.
All right.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Maybe. Probably not.
Maybe in, like, a metaphorical sense.
So this train's pretty decent. Not as decent as last time. No one's been murdered by fire demons, and no one has shot fire demons, and turned out they were Harry the Hypnotist, and he would have gotten away with it if it weren't you middling kids. This time you guys are just with the regular folks. You've got trunks above your head. They're swaying to and fro as the train moves down its track. Everyone's generally quiet. There's a couple of families. You're in the seats that face each other, so you guys are facing each other. There's a small table between you.
Hey.
And you're generally in a crowded area of the train. Got all sorts around you. Everybody's relatively keeping to themselves. There's a loud kid in the front. Everybody hates him, but no comment you can do about that.
Does anyone have a scroll of silence? No?
Oh my god.
Maybe.
Alas.
Put him to sleep.
Oh, that's a good idea. Except Ren will probably put half the train to
Yeah.
so.
That
Yeah.
would make it even more quiet.
It has
mean,
been a
true.
couple of hours, so you may be at that point of your sanity.
Ren is considering it. Heavily.
Every so often, Laffy shoots Red a look like, fucking do it, no one will mind.
Missed.
No one will say a word.
Miss has probably been going through books and looking like she's studying and looking like she's thinking and looking like she's staring at everything, and Vathan is puffed up and judging heavily.
Krieg is very likely attempting to take a nap, but it's probably not really helping in that regard very much.
I'm sorry, Krieg. Actually, I'm curious. Like, you said it's crowded, but like, the seats behind them, is there like a wall, or is it just like, just like regular seats, so anyone behind them would probably be able to overhear conversations?
You've got people on both sides of you. So there's people on either
Oh,
your front or the back.
okay.
You're in the center of the car. So you have a wall to your left, which is the wall with windows facing outside the train. To your right is the secondary aisle. And there's families in front, and there's a quiet group of people behind you.
Okay.
Luffy is sitting on probably like an outside part of their seat, and she's like awkwardly trying not to make eye contact with anyone, but like keeps looking at people just because like she wants to know who's around.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems more like a commuter train. You're coming from a relatively, well, you're coming from Ardor, right? I mean, it's one of the most major cities in the continent, so it's a bit of a commuter train. Everybody's generally keeping to themselves, although occasionally you'll get like a polite nod, or someone looking up at you and searching your face before realizing that you're looking at them, and then they look away super awkwardly, and then they, you know.
Yeah, when that happens, Luffy's like, and like looks down.
Well,
Ren is
Please
like,
go ahead.
oh, sorry. Ren is like probably doing like that knuckle trick with a coin to keep herself occupied.
Every
Otherwise,
so often,
she's
Luffy
just
will
like-
slam her hand down on the table like a
Me.
fucking dick.
Well, no, not like the one where you're like holding your hand up and you're like rolling the coin between your like fingers.
Oh, I know, but she wants to catch Ren off guard.
Oh. Ren
This-
flicks the coin at her.
Miss
Whoa.
backs up at all of this.
That's rude!
So
Everyone roll
rude.
initiative.
Oh shit.
No, not right.
Krieg turns into a bear.
Shit. Wait,
Let's go
this
left.
is important. Wait, this is important. Is Krieg on the window side, and who is he sitting beside?
He would
Or is he on
probably
the-
want to be next to a window.
Okay. So the giant orc has squished himself into a corner seat.
Luffy is
Pretty much.
probably sitting next to Krieg because Krieg takes up so much space and she takes up so little space. So they like
Exactly.
balance each other out.
Yeah. Ren will take the outside and let Mist have the window seat on the other side because Mist
We know how
seems like
Mist
the
is.
kind. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's been studying, but she's also kind of occasionally probably pressed her face against the window and pointed at things.
Well, it's getting a little late on the train, so it's starting to get more and more difficult to spot interesting landmarks, though I'm sure that doesn't necessarily stop them.
Nope.
Yeah.
Cows! There's a cow!
Look at that weird thing over there.
It's not weird, it's a cow! So it makes milks.
Well, sometimes they're weird.
How a cow is weird? They're just lumpy.
I mean, fine, never mind, you win.
Starting to get to be that time where there's, while you aren't in necessarily the nicest car, there's still a bit of a snack service. There's attendants that are coming up and down the rows. A man in a very nice suit is walking by with a bit of a tray, and he's calling out to anybody who's interested in what he's got on his tray. Cigarettes, candies, bread, baked yesterday, bread.
Ren flags him down and asks for some bread.
He kind of waddles over, he steps over someone's foot that's
Oh.
sleeping with their foot in the aisle, stands in front, and he looks really tired.
Poor guy.
What kind of bread do you want? I got. He lifts it up and he looks at the packaging. Melon. I got melon bread.
Ren, like, squints at him, looks at the group, and is like, what kind of bread is melon bread? And then looks back at him and shrugs and nods and, like, offers some coin.
He reaches into your hand and kind of like picks between the coins you've offered and takes the one that he likes.
Okay.
Melon bread.
Ren is okay with this.
As he's handing it over, he kind of looks up, and the brim of his hat, of his like attendant's hat, lifts up enough that his eyes see your whole group, and he instantly brightens a little bit.
Ren,
Luffy's
Notice
posture
this.
straightens a little.
yeah, Ren sits up a little, like, she's like looking at the group and then looking at him and looking back at the group.
Miss
He
is
still
doing
has
the
his
same
eyes
thing.
closed and is kind of just leaning against the wall of the train.
Well, anyone who's looking notices that he's definitely looking at Krieg.
Oh.
Luffy like elbows Krieg, like.
Like thinks about elbowing her back, but doesn't, and just like scowls at her, deciding he doesn't want to knock her out into the aisle today. He looks up and catches the attendant's gaze and just kind of stares back at him.
The guy almost looks flustered.
Oh dear.
Mist covers her mouth and grins. It just looks between them and doesn't say anything.
He still doesn't say anything. He's just staring this guy down.
I love that no one's saying shit. It's just
Luffy looks at the guy, and she looks at Krieg, and she looks at the guy, and she looks at Krieg. She's not saying anything.
no one's saying anything.
He clears his throat, just a little like really, and he sets another melon bread on the table and quickly scurries away.
As he
Kind of
scurries away,
gives
Luffy is
them-
like, ooh.
Yeah, Mist starts cracking up.
He just like kind of looks
Mr.
like,
Wag,
what was
not
it
Mist.
all about?
Ren kind of waggles her eyebrows.
Someone
What
has
is
a
this?
gentleman caller.
Krieg just looks at Luffy, confused.
Luffy is like, remember when we were talking to Aaliyah? And I was really, you know. It was like that.
Oh, I'm flattered, I suppose. And then he just goes back to sleep. Krieg doesn't give a shit.
Are you
Doesn't
going to
even
eat
eat
that?
the offered melon bread.
Nope.
Well, we got another bread.
Krieg is gonna be tsundere as hell.
Oh my god.
Little does he know that's what that guy's into.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
Luffy stares longingly at the bread, but she doesn't want to take food from Krieg because it seems dangerous.
Ren, like, casually, like, rips a piece of the melon bread off and, like, tries it, because she's not sure what to expect from something that is both melon and bread.
It's surprisingly more melon than bread, and it's relatively sweet.
Well then.
Is it
This
weird?
is- Ren, like, offers Mist a piece. It's Wid.
Excellent. Mist tries it, and she makes face, but she eats it. She eats all that she got.
Ren also offers Laffy a piece.
Luffy takes a piece and, like, kind of looks like a dog that just licked a lemon but is continuing to eat the lemon.
Yeah. Mist nods and laughs. You're like, yeah, it's weird.
I wasn't expecting that.
Safe's
Yeah,
ears kind of like jump up, and he sees people handing out food.
Mm.
Ren looks down at Stain.
Morph?
Ren gives Laffy another piece of bread.
Fluffy just slowly lowers it over to give to Saint.
Waits patiently until it's just microns in front of his face, and then it's just chaos.
Oh, you're making my fingers all. And she like wipes it off on her tunic.
Having seen a Saint Bernard consume food, that is exactly how they consume
It
food.
is just drool everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's a nightmare.
Makes so much spit. I don't know how you do. You could put out fires with that.
Mist is just snickering.
Maybe he does.
Krieg
He
has
might.
woken up and is now just like idly poking the melon bread in front of him. Sure if he wants to actually eat it.
Vathan flies
Ren
down and
tears-
looks at it.
Ren tears a piece off of her melon bread and gives it to Krieg to try so that he can decide if he likes it.
Krieg very kind of hesitantly takes it and just puts it in his mouth and just idly chews on it for a bit. Not bad.
It's weird.
It's weird.
I don't have melons very often, so I guess that's why. I was just hoping for bread. Just regular bread.
I'd rather just have one or the other. Why put them together?
Yeah, right?
I suppose.
I think it's a human thing.
It's probably a human thing.
Most of the rest of the car seems to be pretty content with either the cigarettes and or melon bread. A couple of the kids seem to have gotten their hands, or convinced their parents to get their hands, on some of the candy, so you know you're in for some trouble a little later on.
Oh dear. Ren is continuing to consider that sleep spell.
Random question. Like,
Yes.
they are actually. So, the plan basically was that they were heading to Alterel and they were going to go from Alterel further south, right? So, they're kind of going to pass through.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I think they're gonna
Yeah.
try to pass through as soon as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, originally they were going to stop and try to
Yep.
get in
Yep.
contact with the dumb council of everything, but
That sounds dumb.
It's pretty dumb.
politics.
Yeah, Mist looks like she's considering, and she kind of looks to the others, and she just looks like she wants to say something, but she's not sure if she should say something. She kind
Fluffy
of glances
drums her
around.
fingers in front of Mist.
Ren kind of elbows Mist.
Krieg is
Hey,
mostly
looking thoughtful.
into this.
Yes. Well, I was thinking about basically all the things that we've kind of dealt with thus far. And, I mean, we all have already kind of agreed that they're connected. But even though we're not going to stay in Alterel, and I know that all of you... Well, we've already agreed that we're definitely going to see Krieg's people first, which is good. And she's kind of gesturing. She's like, she looks like her thoughts are kind of all over the place, and she takes a moment to take a breath and calm down, and then she's like, you might have already thought of this, but I am wondering if the council of Alterel, the ones we were thinking of seeing, if they might be expecting us.
So that's what I was thinking, which is why I want to try to get out as fast as we
Yes.
can. I mean,
Yes, exactly. Because, I mean, beyond just that, it's been made rather clear that they seem to, I don't know, they have a problem with keeping history under lock and key, it seems. They seem like they don't want people to know certain things that are going on. And
suppose the part's fair. Say, have kind of indirectly hired us.
Yes, and think about it. We've been dealing with things that all sort of connect to each other, but we are the ones that know about it. And if they don't want anyone else to know about it, wouldn't it be convenient if they could just get us where they want us and keep us away from everything else? I mean, that might be paranoid. It's probably quite paranoid. Ren, I remember what you said about trusting people, and
Well,
I'm
no, in
sorry,
this case,
but
I think that paranoia is actually kind of merited.
And it's different when
Especially-
it's with politicians.
Elven
Yes.
politicians.
Politicians. Yeah.
yes, exactly. So, I mean, I was just thinking, even though we're just passing through and we go back, all of that, when we're over there, we should pay attention to see if people might be watching us more than usual, if they're following us, if we go into anywhere, make sure we know where escapes are, that sort of thing.
Everyone roll a perception check.
My passive perception is 15. Do I see anything without having to roll?
You see a lot of people in this train.
Alright. I'll roll regular perception then.
Oh,
Oh shit!
Natty
Damn!
Nice. Oh god.
It's a 19 though,
Gotta
because
find.
that still works.
Yeah.
Laffy and Ren. There's definitely someone looking at you.
Ren,
Are they alone?
It's in the seat across from you guys. Like behind Krieg and Laffy are on one side.
yeah.
Ren and Mister on the other. I'm not sure exactly how the layout on that side is. It's behind Mist.
Okay, so Ren
there's-
wouldn't actually be able to see. Unless
But
she
you
was like
Ren
taller
could've
than
feel
just
it in the
turned
back of
around.
your
I will note that Mist was talking quiet, but yeah.
Are they can I tell if they're alone? Do they look like they're talking to anyone?
They don't appear to be talking to anybody. There is one other person next to them, but they're kind of sitting like in that half turned away sort of thing to indicate, oh, I'm not with them.
I don't know this guy. I'm just minding my own business.
Laffy
Ren-
locks eyes with the person and she does not look the fuck away.
Ren
they're
looks
wearing-
at Lofty. Sorry, go ahead.
No, they're wearing a heavy hood that obscures most of their face.
She's gonna look where she thinks their eyes are.
Ren,
She's just not gonna look away. She's not. She like Laffy has been talking and she just stops and she is just staring.
Ren looks at Laffy, follows Laffy's gaze, and then she does the thing where she gets her knees onto the seat and like she sits up on her knees and she leans over the seat to look at the guy.
Mist she stops talking immediately. She's like, what? And she looks over at Ren like, what are you doing?
Yeah, even Krieg's kind of just like watching Ren, just like
and Ren just sort of sits there with her arms like draped over the back of the seat, kind of looking at this guy with her like her like chin on her hands.
You've got like Laffy leaning forward, just staring intently, and Ren like casual.
Yeah,
Just a
Mist
curious totem.
Yeah.
Mist just she uses her telepathy thing without thinking, and she's just like, "What are you guys looking at?" To both of them.
The mysterious stranger continues staring ahead. You can feel that, though you may not see their eyes directly, they are looking directly into yours.
Who's
Can we help you?
They kind of shake their shoulders a little bit, as if like loosening up,
Uh-huh.
and one hand goes on the table, and you can see it's old,
Oh.
and it pushes forward to get closer to you, and it
Uh-huh.
reaches into their robe.
oh
Oh,
god.
Alright.
Mist is turned around at this point. She's
Ren
like-
yeah.
Ren is doing the stupid thing and hasn't actually moved yet, so she's waiting.
Luffy looks like a guard dog just ready to do something.
Just ready to break someone's face.
Mist's face is half obscured by the fucking seat. She's just like peeking over it, like what?
With a quick motion, their hand comes out and thrusts towards you.
God.
And they have a few leaflets, which would look like pictures on them.
Ren it sort of reacts and then falls backwards and then sort of tumbles onto the floor into the aisle.
Oh my god!
Very gracefully.
Luffy's like, shouldn't
And
have
by
done that.
gracefully, I mean limbs everywhere.
Miss!
Luffy's like, you're on my foot!
Sorry,
Miss tries
sorry.
to help
Ow.
Ren.
You get stabbed? What happened?
Excuse me, what was that? She says that to the person.
Dangerous leaflets. And Ren starts getting to her feet.
Luffy
the
kind of
dude
leans
just-
forward to see what the leaflets are,
Yeah, I
and
was gonna-
she's
is-
gonna...
Is she just
Oh.
holding them out?
Yeah.
They're pictures of adorable children.
Luffy...
Oh my god.
Luffy gets up to gingerly take one and look it over.
The figure, using their free hand, kind of like knocks their hood back, and it's an elderly grandma.
Oh dear.
But, what's this? Luffy asks, pointing at the leaflet.
My grandchildren!
Oh,
Oh!
they're quite lovely.
Thank you!
Yes.
I'm going to see them.
It's a very
Miss-
cute...
Miss Squints. Can I roll perception? Just like because that was really weird.
Maybe you
I
should
mean
roll
insight. Yeah.
insight.
Okay. I'm sorry. I always have to look up what the fuck I'm rolling.
It's okay.
All right. It's this. Okay. Here we go. Holy fuck!
Natural
Natural
20.
20. This grandma, man.
This woman appears to be a powerful warlock.
Holy shit!
And looking into anything she's holding out to you is potential to steal your soul.
Are you fucking serious?
Or she's just a grandma. It's been a really weird week. She's absolutely just a grandma.
Okay, I was gonna say what? Miss
Oh my God.
Squints. She has an intrusive thought for a moment, but it's fine.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
Get into her.
Say it again, I'm sorry, Kurt.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying anything important.
She's offering them out to each of you. She's legitimate. Like she's got the full granny thing going. She's got the nice little glasses. She's got the bunded up hair. Upon closer inspection, her coat is actually super nice. It's just the hood's a little suspicious.
Luffy is like looking over the leaflets and she's like, "Well, they look very lovely. I hope that you have a nice time when you see them."
Thank you. And she sits back down. She reaches out for the leaflets back.
Luffy hands them back.
She starts trying to show the person next to her, and he's like not even having it. He's staying away from her.
I imagine that she's been trying to show him this entire time.
The look on her face says it's very clear.
Ren's gotten up, right?
Yeah, Ren has gotten up and he's like
Okay.
in her seat again.
Luffy's like, "Oh, be careful. Socrates are going to get you."
And she cracks up.
Ren. Ooh, hang on. Ren is gonna like lean over the seat again, and she's gonna catch the she's wearing her shades, right? She's gonna catch the eye of the guy that is like ignoring the granny, okay? And she's gonna cast
Oh
Charm
my-
Person on him.
Oh my god, she's
Or
gonna
she's gonna use the eyes of Charming.
do it.
Charm him.
Do it.
right. It acts as a charm person spell.
Right.
So, it's save DC 13 to save.
Got it. Oh, yeah, you totally work.
Yeah.
Ren smiled at the guy and she's like, you should take a look at her kids, her grandkids. I mean, they're adorable.
I should take a look at her grandkids. And he turns and looks. They're adorable.
Have a nice conversation. And she like turns around and sits down.
Krieg just gives like Krieg gives this almost like fearful look towards Rin.
Luffy slow claps it out.
Ren smiles, nods, does like little flourish, like half bow in her seat, and then like adjusts her glasses or her sunglasses.
Good job, Bren.
I know, right?
That's the first time I've seen you use those shades, and you use them to make a guy look at pictures of grandchildren.
It's the little things.
I mean, it was nice.
Well, no one really saw the good deed that you did, but you know in your hearts that you've made this train a better place.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I realize I have been joking a little earlier. I need everyone to make dexterity saves.
Oh God.
Wait,
I hear
what?
a loud squeal, and the train
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
Dex,
shit. Alright.
Dex.
Dex.
15.
Oh boy. Somehow. That
Wait.
worked. 18.
What was your first class, Laffy? Or-
I don't even know anymore, Ranger.
Doesn't Ranger get Dex save?
Ooh, I don't know what that means.
They get proficient in it, so there's like a +2 bonus in proficiency to dexterity.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
see.
So then I have. All right. Then I have.
Let me just double
Is
check.
it 17? Yeah.
yeah.
Whatever.
Let me just double check, but I think Ranger gets Dex save. I feel like
Yeah, they
Ace
do.
Ranger should get Dex. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Dex
I
and
didn't know that.
Wisdom, if I
Hey!
remember right.
Fucking Ren is on this
Of
shit.
course, Red.
Ren exhibiting much more graceful tactics than last time.
She's careful now. She's on her guard.
Watching out for more grandmas.
The grandma was just a
The
warm-up.
leaflets, man.
Well, you all successfully grab onto the side of the chair, or each other, or the table.
Everyone grabs onto Krieg.
This train is stopping. You were full tilt, and it is coming to a halt. People are
Well-
falling out of
no,
their
no,
seats.
no,
the
no,
kids
no.
are screaming.
I don't like this.
What?
Oh
Ugh.
dear.
Mist.
It's pandemonium at the moment.
The
Well,
Mist is
it's like
looking outside.
Ren-
Is
Yeah.
what's going on
Luffy-
outside?
Luffy's-
Is there anything?
Ren,
Can they open the window?
I don't know if they'd want to open the window.
True.
Outside seems to be pretty normal. You've gone from the fields to more kind of like not mountainous, but you're on in a small canyon. There's a bit of space on either side of the track, but there's rocks above you. You can see the tops of them. They're not super high, but they are above the train. And if you look down, there are just sparks coming out of those wheels from the braking.
So the terrain is basically kind of rocky for the most part? Okay. And Mist kind of presses her face up against the window, and she's trying to look further ahead, but she probably can't see that far ahead, and she's just like, well,
Yeah,
there are a
it's-
bunch of rocks all over.
Yeah. It's dark
It's-
out and it's pretty cloudy, so you're not seeing too far ahead.
You know, it's possible that some of them could have fallen in front. Maybe? I don't know.
Couldn't we have heard that?
Mist shrugs. I mean, the thought would be possibly to stop before we reach them. I don't know.
Maybe Maybe someone in the staff knows.
The train has finally come to a stop, and all of you jerk forward a little bit with the sudden deceleration.
Oh.
Right outside the window is a sign.
Mist looks at it.
Fluffy looks at it too.
Krieg also looks at it.
Everyone presses their face.
Everyone looks at it. Wemmick Xing.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Fucking
Does it
Wemmick!
have a picture of a Wemmick?
It does. Underneath it says, "Beware of falling deer. Wemmicks conceal their unfinished food in the tops of trees."
Fluffy is like, what the fuck is a Wemmick?
Ren is
Can-
like,
Can
Does
Krieg
anyone
make
know what a Wemmick is?
Can Krieg
Yeah,
make
can
a
we
nature
roll?
check?
You absolutely can.
All right.
Can I do it too?
Everyone can if you want.
Hey.
Alright.
Wait, are we all making nature checks?
It's up to you.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I don't know what check to make.
Ren will make it.
Well, Krieg has no idea what the fuck a wemmick is.
Miss is
Fluffy,
gonna make
honest
sound
to God,
delicious.
doesn't know.
Do you?
gonna make
Yeah,
a
they do.
check. Because that's probably she only probably knows it from reading books. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Well,
She's read a lot of
knows.
books.
Mist is fully aware of what a Wemmick is. It's like a centaur if the horse half was a lion.
Yeah.
And the man
Miss
half was
face.
also alive.
It's a lion sticking out of the torso of another lion.
Fucking
Miss is
Wemmicks.
like,
fucking women.
Miss rubs her hand over her face and she's like, well, they're odd creatures. Imagine a lion, but then instead of a head, imagine another torso of a lion on top of it. That's
What?
kind of what it is.
Ren,
Fluffy looks at Miss bewildered.
Yeah, Krieg
Yeah,
is
Ren
just
is
like,
like-
what?
what?
Alright,
I just want to imagine
I'll-
that picture is going.
let me show you. So Miss tries to picture a fucking Wemmick and
Oh.
do the telepathy thing to show them what the Wemmick looks like.
Fluffy's eyes cross a little bit.
It's weird. It's really weird.
Krieg is
Fluffy's like, that sounds fucking stupid. I want to if they're around, and she gets up.
Krieg, being from the southern nations, has seen some weird-looking animals, but this one takes the cake.
Fluffy is gonna, if she can, she's going to sprint to the next cart to see if she can look out a window from the other cart
Sure.
She's like an
to see if she
excited
can
child.
find a Wemmick.
Most everybody stayed in their seat, or they've gotten back into their seat after it stopped. Everybody's chattering and kind of like, what the hell happened? Oh my god, and everybody's a little scared. So you have free reign of running between.
Yeah,
in-
Ren follows
Go
laughing.
ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if they're
go
getting up. If
Mist
they're
is-
getting up and going, Krieg's probably gonna follow.
Yeah,
too.
Miss follow. Miss wrote down what was on the sign, but then hurriedly follows after them.
Sink gets up and follows you guys too. And from this other vantage point in the other car, you can clearly see that on the other side of the train, the rocky train has broken into a forest. So it does look like that sign might be prudent.
Oh.
But you
Might
don't
be
see anything. Might be, I said prudent and that's not the right word. Whatever. It's appropriate.
Oh,
However, much like the Dilophosaurus, you guys don't really see any fun creatures popping up from your window adventure.
Fluffy's like she's stopping, and she's probably at like the third car that she can run through now.
Oh my god.
And she's like, what the fuck? I don't see any Wemmicks.
I mean, the
That's
sign did say
bullshit.
something about falling deer.
Why would you want to see a Wemmick?
Because it seems stupid and I love it.
From the front of the car that you've run to, the attendants have started to kind of come through, and they're asking everybody in loud, not commanding, but that type of calm, assertive tone that you speak to people in a crisis. Okay, everyone, let's get out of our seats. We need to exit the train. Everybody exit to the train in a slow, orderly fashion.
What
Uh,
happened? Excuse me. Can you tell us
Why
what
have we
happened?
Yes. It'll all be explained outside. Our conductor is ready to explain. We're fine. There's nothing wrong with the train. We just need everybody to exit right now.
Fluffy
Well,
like makes a bit of a face and she gets out of the train.
yeah, missed.
Ren touches like Laffy's arm as she goes and is like, let's make sure we're near the front.
Yeah, race you! And she just bolts. Because she's so certain she's gonna see a Wemmick.
Miss chases after Laffy.
Yeah.
Fluffy is like bobbing and weaving through people.
I love
and
how
shit.
half of this section in the party chasing after Luffy.
It'll only continue.
Yeah.
Well, the rest of the passengers, and there are quite a few of them, has started to detrain. And they're all sort of milling about in front of the various cars that they were passengers aboard. You can see the attendants have started kind of corralling everybody. They're getting everyone close together. It is a rather large group of people. You're getting close to 100. It's a relatively large train. But it's late, and even though it is a commuter train, it's not full capacity. So with the number of trains, you realize there could have been a lot more passengers, but you're at around 100. With the attendants gathering everybody up, they come up to your group and they kind of like, okay, let's get all together. The conductor's going to make an announcement.
Mist tries to look over people's heads if she can and see where the conductor might be.
Ren kind of like
Fluffy is trying.
Laffy and is like, didn't they have an intercom?
In the other train. Maybe not this one.
I suppose.
The other train was fancy.
That's true.
This train is decidedly less fancy.
Dick's Mist outside.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah, right. Moving.
Once you guys are all in the group, the attendants, they all stand to the side, and the conductor steps out of the train. And he is a goofy-looking fellow.
Is he a gnome?
He's not a gnome, thank God. He's an old human. You could almost describe him as gnarled. Like he's got a long, bushy black mustache. He's got a floppy hat that is just soot black, and you can tell when he turns his head that it's soot black from actual soot instead of being its natural color, which is white.
Wow.
He kind of like saunters out. He's got a weird rolling gait. And he stands in front of the crowd and he adjusts his belt. And he spits on the ground and he says, "Everyone, these tracks be twisted and cruel, like my mother-in-law."
What is mother-in-law?
That's what I said when I asked the lady to marry me. And he looks at everybody with the expectant face of a comedian hoping for a laugh.
Mist looks amused at least. She's trying to figure out what is going on.
Fluffy gives a polite huh.
Yeah, there's a couple of those throughout the crowd, but most everybody's annoyed. Well, see, we've had some rains in this area for the past couple of weeks, and they've just cleared up. However, it seems the last train that came through might have knocked something loose, because there's some rock and debris on the track ahead. Now, normally we'd be able to clear that out, but the train's a little underweight, and I don't necessarily want to risk messing up my, the front of my car here. So what we're going to do is I've already made a call ahead, sent one of my attendants ahead through the pass here, and they're going to get to Altrail and they're going to send a crew over, since we're closer to Altrail than we are for Ardor. But you guys are in luck, because we just so happen to be in the neighborhood of a town I know, and we can all rest there for the evening. He kind of spreads his hands wide, like, aren't you guys lucky?
Krieg just
Fluffy-
kind of looks between
Fluffy
the other
raises her
members.
hand.
The short
she's
one in
like-
the front.
Is it a Wemmick town?
No, there hasn't been a Wemmick in these parts for weeks.
Fluffy looks severely disappointed.
Regular human town. We used to stop by here every now and then when the trains had to refuel back before we got all these newfangled engine parts. Better days, says I. However, we do have to turn the train off because it can't be running all night. Otherwise, we'd be out of fuel. So, unfortunately, none of y'all will be able to stay in the train this evening. It's going to be far too cold and dangerous for anyone to stay behind. So I do have to insist that we follow through in this forest. It's just a couple of miles. You'll be able to make it. We'll be there before sunrise. And then I promise all of you, you'll be treated kindly by the inhabitants.
Krieg just mutters, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, Mist is looking ahead down the tracks to see if she can see all the rocks and stuff they're talking about.
It's actually not that far ahead. The train stopped just in time. There are a lot of fucking rocks. There is a particularly large boulder, and it looks like it's actually pinched the track a bit. So just simply getting the boulder out of the way is not a solution.
Can Mist like make a perception check to look up and see like what might have done this? If
Sure.
it would be clear? Okay. She's just curious and looking around at all this stuff. Let me see. This is the modifier for that. Nope!
Well, this guy sure does seem to know what he's talking about. It must have been rain.
It must have been that earthquake from a while ago.
Maybe, yeah, probably, sure.
Fluffy just shrugs and she's like, it probably won't be so bad.
No, small town in the middle of a forest. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Certainly not.
We've dealt with worse.
Mist
So
looks
the
laughing.
conductor... Oh, go ahead, please.
Oh no, she's just gonna look and laugh and not really say anything, but give her a look like, we don't really know, but yeah.
Good job jinxing this. The conductor turns and he starts to walk. He's just going ahead. The attendants sort of split up to kind of get the group in one line. This looks like they're relatively used to this procedure. The attendant from before kind of comes up to your group and he asks if you guys are okay. Except he doesn't ask you while looking at you, he asks while looking at Krieg.
We're fine.
Yes, we're okay.
Oh, that's so good. I'm glad.
Mist is
He's
good.
a,
Ren,
he's a
Ren
sturdy guy.
Ren leans over, like, raises a hand to, like, her mouth, like, in a conspiratorial whisper, and it's like, he enjoyed the melon bread.
You see a shiver go up this guy's spine.
Oh, God.
Krieg just looks between them suspiciously.
Clearing his throat again, he tries to kind of get like that assertive voice that he had before. Well, we should get going. Otherwise, not only will we be left behind, but it's probably best to get there before morning.
Probably.
He sort of like gestures for the group to go ahead of him.
Fluffy kind of leisurely strolls off.
Yeah, Mist,
Yep.
Mist is going to.
Yeah, Krieg follows after the group. Still confused.
Well, you are sharing the feeling with everybody else, because as you get off the tracks, you're in, it's not a heavy forest, it's relatively sparse, but there are a couple of trees around, and you are stepping over some relatively overgrown trails. It does look like this has been used many times, but perhaps not as often in the past. It's late, it's dark, the moon is not visible through the clouds. the group is all huddled together, and the attendants are kind of around the group in a circle with
Ren-
torches lit.
Okay, Ren sort of leans over Saint and is like, "Why don't you go lead the party, Saint? It's your light."
Borf bounds ahead, and his super doggy flashlight flicks on.
Poppy is gonna follow after Satan. She's gonna try to stay like at the edges of the circle. She doesn't want to be in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same with Mist.
Ren is gonna move to like the back of the group and kind of watch their rear. Casually watch.
Yeah,
Krieg's
Mist
gonna
is
stay-
looking around in the woods. to
Kree's
see,
gonna
you know.
stay sort of towards the front near Saint.
Got it.
Do they see anything when they're like
Well,
walking?
not right away.
Oh.
At least not initially. That's probably a poor choice of words. You guys, you're making decent time for as scared and as annoyed as the group is. They don't want to be out here. It's cold. So they're staying with the group. The kids seem to think this is some kind of adventure, so they're just excited and barely being contained by the wall of adults. The conductor is at the head, as he is wont to be. Lofty, you and Saint find yourself walking next to him.
Oh boy.
That's
It's and the rest of the group, it's dark. It's a little spooky in this place, especially after that Wemmick crossing sign. You might want to keep your eyes
Can,
up.
can Laffy make a perception check to see if she spots anything, but especially Wemmicks?
Okay, this is a specialized Wemmick perception. Go ahead and roll it.
6, a whole 6.
A shadow jumps in front of you. It's probably a Wemmick. It's Saint's light bouncing off a rock.
Laffy has like her hand on her whip, but like she just kind of casually pretends she was going to cross her arms.
Oh, Laffy.
It's like around. It's pretty nighttime, right?
Yeah, we're looking middle of the night.
Okay. Mist is looking up.
Good.
Does she see anything, going overhead?
Not really. You don't see any deer corpses or sentient lion people. No.
Alas.
Double lions.
Double
Ren.
lions.
Double lions. Jesus Christ. I fucking hate remix. Ren is looking around where she is as well, like towards the back of the group to make sure nothing's like following them or like trailing along in the shadows. To which I can roll a perception check that will probably be like a 0. Close enough.
Better than me.
Close enough. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
We're in the forest.
Ha, we have a map.
We do.
It's slowly but surely loading for me.
Yeah. The conductor kind of looks over at Laffy while she's not reaching for her whip.
Yeah, she's not. She's cool.
He arches a black bushy brow at her. There's no need for that. This forest is dull and sticks around far too long. Like me mother-in-law.
I
A kid with their mother-in-law.
what? How old is she?
You know, I once asked a passing wizard how old she was, and he said he couldn't tell. Simply too old, older than his books. She predates
Maybe
time
she is a
itself.
wizard.
That would be just my luck.
Do you know what she is?
She's hell on earth.
Interesting.
She sounds lovely. I would love to meet her one day.
Well, if you bring that whip, I'm sure to invite you.
Oh my.
Luffy nods a couple of times, seriously considering the offer.
It passes relatively calmly. The group gets into the groove of following the attendants. The attendants are sticking to the sort of worn trail. The conductor makes a couple of more attempts at conversation. They all inevitably lead back to his mother-in-law. And none of you say anything. The forest is pretty clear.
Luffy begins to look exceedingly bored.
Yeah.
She takes off her shoes because she hates walking on shoes in forest. And that seems to pacify her for a little bit, but like she gets restless and she starts picking things off of trees and putting them in her mouth. Leaves mostly, not berries.
Crease.
Luffy.
Confused
Yeah.
watching her.
You reach up and you put your hand into a bunch of branches to grab a particularly succulent looking leaf. And when you pull it away, it comes off with it looks like it's just a spider web, but it's stuck to the leaf.
Oh, no. Luffy shakes out her hand.
Oh god, are we having a giant spider?
Oh my god, I'm not that stupid.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't do that after a vampire.
I don't want that in my life.
Maybe they're just medium-sized spiders. Luffy is gonna
Regular
like
size.
Luffy is gonna look like a bit more carefully around to see if there's more spider web.
There's not in front of you.
Luffy looks to her side, a little bit behind her.
There's not a lot. It's not any to the side of you.
Look up, Laffy.
Luffy, yeah, I was gonna say Luffy dreading this, not wanting to, dragging her hands down her face, glances upwards.
You're devoured by a spider. There are actually a good number of spider webs up there.
Luffy pales. Immediately, she pales. She looks like she's gonna vomit.
The conductor shouts out, "We're here!"
What do you mean we're here?
When you look ahead, you can actually start to see the silhouette of some small houses as the tree line breaks.
Are there spider webs on those too?
You can't see any spider webs.
Luffy is gonna dart the fuck forward, hoping that she can get out from under the spider webs.
It's pretty easy. You're able to get out from under them. The trees thin a bit as you get closer to the town, and there's no more spider webs in the trees.
Luffy is hopping. She's looking back.
Krieg pats her on the back supportively.
Fucking spiders, man. It's not okay.
Mist notes this quietly.
Note to self, Laffy does not like spiders.
Yep.
Underline it 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
The conductor walks up. He kind of stands at the edge of the tent, puts his hands on his hips, and he's looking around. Excuse me. The attendants have gotten together, and they're sort of getting people ready to go into the town. It's pretty small. You see a couple of dozen houses at most. You do see the large shape of what looks like might be a church or maybe like a bell tower at the far end of the town. But it's still pretty dark, and the clouds are still covering the sky, so you don't have a whole lot of natural lighting to go with.
Huh.
It's late, and there are no There's no lights in any of the windows, which might be pretty normal at this time of night. Farmhouses tend to turn in pretty early.
Mist goes up to the conductor and she's like, "Excuse me, what is the name of this place?"
You know, it's been a while since I got here. I think was it radish? Was it? It's not cucumber. Turnip. It was turnip.
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 You say that you've been here multiple times before.
Well, yeah, they've changed the name a couple of times. Turnip's just what it was last called.
They changed. Why did they change the name?
I'm bored. I don't know. There's not a lot of
I mean-
entertainment out here.
Why
Why-
not,
why
really?
Fair, I suppose. Do you know anyone here in particular? Like, is there an inn?
Oh, aye. Yeah, there's an inn. It's around the. It's not the center. It's a bit to the south. We're pretty close to it.
All right, excellent. Thank you.
So,
she watches the guy, kind of like, "Are you drunk? Is this just how you are?"
everything that he's putting off is this is sort of how he is, but he's
Yeah.
also drunk.
Yeah.
Uh, the attendants kind of gather the group together, and the conductor looks you five up and down. He sees you've got your way about you. You don't look like commuters. So he looks back to the attendants and he calls on two of them, two young women, and he says, "Me and you two, we're going to the inn. You guys, I like the cut of your jib.
Yes.
Well,
got
we
a good sense of
got a
humor.
couple times.
Thank you.
Let's get you guys to the inn. Let's make sure that there's enough space for the rest of the group. There should be. They usually have a couple empty houses. We can lay down some cots and whatnot. But I think it'd be best if a bit of us go together."
Is there a reason? Does this town have, I don't know, odd wildlife or anything? Like,
No. Just that attendant right there really fancies your lad, and he told me to get him an inn room.
Oh, fair.
Well, I'm not complaining.
The attendant in question, like, goes rigid and kind of turns away to like these guys to look at
How
him.
dare you?
Lavi elbows Krieg, and she's like, "Hey, gets enough us the luxuries, big guy over here."
Krieg just looks at her unsure.
Ren like leans over and is like, the polite thing to do would be to thank him.
I suppose. Krieg just like looks over and he's like, "Thanks."
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Snickers.
Krieg just like looks back to the party. He's like, "He is a very strange man."
No, it's
Make-
not that he's strange. He just likes you.
Mist
Let's
points
go.
at Laffy and
The
is like,
kind
yeah.
of like points ahead like dramatically and starts to walk into the town.
Lavi kind of trundles along after. She's taking
Yeah.
a few looks down like alleyways and
Yeah, Mist is
And-
looking around the place too.
yeah.
Yeah, so is Ren.
She also has Bathan flying up overhead.
Nice.
And yeah, also looking around kind of.
There's no one around.
Hmm.
No lights.
Does it look like there has been life in the town? Does it look
Oh,
like
yeah.
a ghost town?
No. There's a cart here and there. There's there's still like open water barrels next to the houses. Some surfaces look like they might even be wet. It looks like there's people here.
But it's the middle of the night.
It's also
Yeah.
the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Conductor's kind of looking this way and that, but he doesn't really seem to be paying too much attention. The two attendants have their torches on either side of you guys. So the houses are kind of put in like an orange light as you walk by. Walking past any of the windows on the first floor with the light from the fire, you don't see a whole lot inside. Everybody looks like they're asleep.
Fluffy tries not to look at them for too long because that's fucking creepy, but
Yeah,
she does look.
Miss does too.
You
Yeah.
don't see a lot of anything in there. There's furniture and stuff, but you don't see anything.
Miss sort of looks over to Laffy, who seems to be as vigilant as she is right now. And it's like, I don't think I've ever been in a place where absolutely everyone is asleep at once. It's rather kind of disconcerting.
I mean,
but it's a small town.
Fair enough. She's still looking around.
not to mention it doesn't really seem much to do here.
Also true.
I mean, what is he gonna do? Stay up late and throw rocks?
I mean, I don't know. Could read
Did you-
books.
Maybe they're not, well off enough to afford a lot of candles, or oil, or electricity.
Or books.
How do you be poor enough to not even afford candle? It's just wicks.
Ren shrugs.
Or wood for fires.
Yeah, there's none of that. None of the houses have
They-
smoke coming out of the roofs or anything.
They live in a forest.
I knew, that's why it's odd.
It was rather sparse.
I mean, it's probably fine. Maybe.
Mm.
Not everything can be a catastrophe, right?
Yeah, remember last time when we were in the train and there was a show and then we almost killed a guy? Maybe things are just fine.
Yeah,
One
I mean, it's
can
probably
hope,
just
perhaps.
fine.
Krieg
Or not.
agrees with them, like outwardly, but inwardly he's not very sure.
Ren is trying to be the bastion of positivity here, and like inwardly she's like, we're all gonna die.
Fluffy is like. Oh, sorry.
And, no, it's fine. The conductor spits on the cobblestone and he's like, where the fuck is everybody?
That's what I was wondering.
Well, it is the middle of the night. Maybe they're sleeping.
He looks left and right and he licks his finger and holds it up.
Krieg
And then he
just
looks at his
squints him
finger
when
and
he does
kinda
that.
He looks at his finger and is like, what the fuck? And he turns to the house to his left and he just starts banging on the door.
Fluffy is like, that seems rude. Maybe if we could just go to the inn and the
Wake
innkeeper
up!
will-
I think he might be drunk.
Fluffy
Drunk man driving train?
gingerly tries to
Miss Shrug.
tug him away. She tries to tug the conductor away from the door.
You get him out of fist range, so he just starts kicking it as he's dragged away.
My friend. Oh no, just get to the inn. The innkeeper is probably there.
No lights in the neighborhood turn on. It's still quiet.
Now Ren's starting to get suspicious.
Yeah, Laffy looks around and she's like, let's just. It's the inn. The inn seems like a nice place to be. Let's just go there.
And then Ren kind of nods, and she looks in the direction of the inn, but she also looks in the direction of the clock tower / bell tower / church.
Yeah.
And
Church
and
is
then
weird.
she
By the way.
and then she shrugs, and she's
So-
she's inwardly thinking if an entire town was congregating in the middle of the night, that would be the place where they would congregate. But why would they be doing it in the middle of the night?
If I was in an evil cult,
What would I do?
So,
she's
is this
getting-
the inn right here?
no, that's the
Where
clock tower.
where are
That's the clock tower.
we?
Oh.
Where are we
You guys
on
are
the-
right where you are right now. This
Okay.
is you walking in. The inn is down this way. I'm going to drag Saint. This is the inn right here.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
well, Laffy sees the clock tower and she just fucking assumes that's the inn because it's
Oh.
huge. So she's gonna just walk on towards that.
Well,
Yeah,
Miss-
Saint and the conductor kind of drag you that way. The conductor's
Mist
like,
is
no, no, no.
following with them.
Oh, well then she's dragged over to the inn.
Best not to get lost in this town.
But it's a
Okay.
small town. How can you get lost? Listen, I am very good with directions.
Krieg just like mimes.
I'm
No,
not.
she's not.
When they get to the
Well,
inn, Laffy knocks on the door.
door swings open.
Hey.
Mmm.
It's dark
I
in
don't
there.
like that. I don't like that.
That is odd. You know, Miss starts looking around and she squints and then she starts doing that weird thing with her eyes. Her eyes kind of starts rubbing them and there's like a little bit of weird inky black smoke stuff for a second. And she sort of coughs and then she looks around and she's using Eldritch Sight, which is basically just detect magic at will. And she's looking around this place. She's trying to see if she can sort of see anything or detect any sort of magical anything in here.
There's not a lot of magic, just the usual from like life. But it's a little stale. Like there hasn't been a whole lot of just like regular living being activity in here for it almost seems like maybe about a week or so.
Oh. So it's like weirdly devoid then.
A little
Kind
bit, yeah.
Well, at least there's room for us to stay.
Mist has a weird expression. It doesn't seem like there's been much life around here for possibly a week or two.
That's
Laffy-
suspicious.
Yes,
nods
it's
once,
odd.
and she's like, here's the thing, right? We have like 100 people that we need to get somewhere,
Oh, sorry.
so we should just probably get them in here. And
Sorry, go ahead.
oh, she looks between the party just to see what they have to say.
Ren kind of shrugs.
Perhaps.
As long as everyone's in
mean-
one place.
Yes. Should we look around at any point, though?
I would like to, but first, I would like to do something. And she walks into the fucking inn. 'Cause that's just who she is. She walks in like she owns the place. And she's gonna press digitation to make any candles in the room just go on.
Mist
Laffy.
peeks in after her.
Yeah.
You
It's a dumb choice, but
I'm so sorry.
yeah, buddy!
The entire
Um,
inn explodes.
Give me it.
Boy. On the floor. On the walls. And on the ceiling are large white blob things.
Blob thing.
Oh!
Laffy looks up at the blob things. She takes a step into the door, like, so that she's half out of the doorway, looking horrified. Are those blob things? Do they look like webs?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
They look like webs.
Oh!
Laffy prestidigitations the fucking candles off. She closes the door. She's breathing heavily. She's got her hands
What?
on the door.
What
What
was
did-
that?
What did you see?
Oh my god. Oh, woo! Oh no. No, 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 no,
Lafayette.
Saint,
no.
Saint is pawing at the door.
Laffy, like, she picks Saint half up so that he stops pawing at the door.
Barf! Barf!
She's like, no! No! Shut up!
Lafayette.
He gives Krieg gives Lavi this surprised look. She's never told Saint to shut up before.
Yeah. Mist puts her hands on Laffy's shoulder to try to like calm her down. It's just me, Lafayette. What did you see?
It's this fucking big ass webs all over the place! Like big ass webs! Webs!
Ren opens the door.
No!
Saint
Mist
breaks
just-
out of Laffy's grip and he runs inside.
Oh
Oh
god.
no.
Oh no.
Ren dashes
Laffy
after
starts
Saint.
stress heaving.
Ren dashes after Saint into the darkness.
Vathan follows Ren. Mist stays with Laffy.
Oh my god!
Saint's looking around and he looks
I'm
like his
gonna die.
tail is just like straight up and he dives for one of the webs.
Oh.
Like the web bundles.
Ren is like, what the hell? And helps?
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 Mist is peering
Saint,
in.
I mean, Saint usually doesn't do things without reason, so she's helping?
He starts pawing at it like crazy. He's like,
Ren is like, oh, this is gonna suck. And then she pulls out a dagger and starts, like, cutting the web open. Or off the wall, or something?
it's on the floor. This one's
Okay. Okay,
Is it
on the
like-
floor.
And
How
after,
big is this? Just questions like body
Like-
size.
it's like, it's not a body. It's like the size of, trying to think of a good example. Like a small barrel.
Okay.
Okay.
Not like a whiskey barrel, but like a smaller barrel.
Okay.
That's weird. All right.
Ren
It comes
starts,
up to about your waist, basically.
yeah, Ren starts opening it up, feeling like she's gonna regret this in a minute.
Saint does like one final paw at it, and then it splits open a bit, and he sort of does the pointer thing, like
Alright.
towards it for you.
Alright. Ren is like giving Saint a look like do I have to touch it? I have to touch it. And Ren is like, ugh. And Ren is like peeling it open with like her fingers. Like, ugh.
Ren,
What's-
what do you see?
See a lot of web.
Ren is making like disgusted noises. Like, ugh, 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 ugh.
Saint, once you've peeled enough of it, he dives face first into it,
Oh, Saint, no! Saint, oh.
and he pulls out, and he's got a femur in his mouth,
Oh!
Oh.
and his
Can
tail is
Laffy
just a
see
mile
that
a minute.
vaguely in the
He
darkness?
is so happy right now.
Can Laffy see
Ren-
that from the
Ren-
doorway?
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I
Mist
give
and Laffy
like
are
a
looking
survival check or something to see if that like what kind of bone that is?
What kind of bone that is? Absolutely.
What kind? Okay. It's gonna be a shitty roll.
Doorway, like, you little asshole, you fucking.
Oh my god!
Ren has no fucking idea.
It's not. Is that even a bone?
No, Ren's just like, oh, he's just got a fucking bone. He went after there was a bone in the web, and Ren thinks it's no big deal, and she comes walking out of the door.
A bone in the web.
Bone?
Yeah, look, he's got a bone.
Ren.
What?
Yeah, Krieg's just looking at her like she's an idiot.
Yeah, Mist is staring at her like, Are you?
Ren's like giving them
you-
this oblivious look, like what? What did I miss?
What else would be in
Obviously-
there?
A bone in the web.
Consider that something spun it in there. Possibly, the bone was something that got eaten. I don't know.
What,
And
like an
How
animal?
could it
It looks
die?
like there were a bunch of those in there.
And
How
Ren's
could
just
it
like, what, like
die?
an animal?
I mean, no one's in the town, Ren.
Oh. Oh!
Fish
And Ren
on
looks
the
back-
train.
and Ren looks back at Saint and is like, put that down.
Orf, he kind of turns his head to the side.
It could be people.
He gives it like a gnaw.
People, Saint.
Fluffy.
It could be
Fluffy's
people.
Fluffy's like, don't be a little shit. Don't be a little shit right now.
His ears droop and he drops it and he kind of nudges it back towards the web with his nose.
Oh my god.
We don't eat people.
Okay, you know what we need to do? We need to find the group that we left and get the hell out of this town.
Yes, we do.
I agree.
And back to the train.
The conductor starts to peek his head in.
Ren
He's
puts
looking
her
around.
hand on his face.
Like, no. My friends live here. I gotta see if they're okay.
You're also drunk, and
I'm fine.
people might be dead in there. Just saying.
Lasses, come here, and he waves the two cadet ladies over who've got the torches. And they kind of shine their torches in there. Since there's no candle anymore. Can everyone who's near the door roll me a perception check?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay.
That's perception again. Okay.
A 4.
Yeah.
Fluffy is really afraid.
Well-
Agreed on it.
Missed
And
is
goes
on
Miss.
it.
Krieg and
Mr.
Miss,
Krieg.
you guys actually from the flames, instead of the candles, because the candles were all around, the flames have one point of light. So it's lighting the room from a single direction, and it's reflecting off off the web-like bundles, but you can clearly see strands of webbing like leaving the top of each bundle and almost traveling in like almost Christmas tree-like along the roof or the ceiling, and they're leading across the end from each one. Each web bundle kind of connects into a thicker strand with the others around it, and then daisy chain from web bundle to web bundle along the ceiling and then up the stairs. It's very specific.
Oh.
Mist has this look of oh shit, and then she looks at
Yeah.
Krieg, and she's
Krieg
like,
looks back
"See
at
that?"
Mist. I
Um.
do.
Okay. First of all of you going in there, don't touch those things, and don't go upstairs.
But that's where my friend lives.
Do
What?
not
What are you talking about? This is an inn.
upstairs.
He owns the inn.
All
Krieg
right.
just like gives him this look like he's gonna break his legs if he tries to go up the stairs.
The conductor like stands up a little bit almost to like meet that intimidation, but he quails almost immediately. He's like,
Miss looks at the two others, and she's like, surely you have some reason. Can you see that those webs are leading up there? There's bones in those bundles. I'm pretty sure that whatever made all those webs is waiting upstairs. Or it's trapped.
One of the women kind of leans over to you so the conductor can't hear. I'm fucking terrified right now.
Okay, here's the question. Ren like takes a couple of steps back, like away from the building, and like looks up. Are there windows on the second floor?
There are.
What does the wall look like? Does it look climbable?
Oh my god, Ren!
Yeah, totally. It's regular, like almost. It's wood paneling, so you can absolutely climb.
All right, Ren's gonna try to climb that shit. He's gonna look in one of the windows. It's athletics because it's climbing.
Unless you parkour up.
Parkour.
All right, she's gonna parkour onto the how do you parkour up a wall? Wait, don't answer that question. I have an idea.
You gotta tic tac off a banister.
Yes.
Oh my
Alright, Ren attempts to pull some fancy ass shit to get herself up there. She's gonna fail miserably.
Parkour!
Hey, that's pretty good parkour.
Alright, she parkours herself up the wall with a little flip
Yeah.
and everything. And she peeks in, like, the window.
The minute
And
you
she's
get up
hoping-
there, the first thing you notice is the window is ajar.
Oh! Alright.
Nathan flies up with Ren. It's just kind of flying next to her up there.
Ren jumps a little at, like, the flapping of Vathan's wings, and it's like...
Does Vathan have stats? Can Vathan roll me a dexterity check?
Oh, sure. Let me hold on.
Vathan, no!
It's okay, Vathan's immortal. let me see what Vathan's fucking stats are.
If Vathan ends up getting eaten
oh,
by a
hey.
spider, he's gonna be very, very mad at Mist when she resummons him.
Vathan's doing this with himself. It's whatever.
Fucking Vathan.
He gets eaten by
Wow.
a spider, it's his business.
He's
Nope.
getting eaten.
Vathan
Vathan.
hovers up
Oh my god.
and immediately gets tangled in a web, seemingly in midair. He
That's
is
weird.
stuck.
Oh my god.
Vathan starts fluttering and not cawing though, which is kind of weird. But Miss looks up and she's just like, "Vathan, what are you doing?"
Ren is, like, squinting at Vathan, then, like, looks down at Mist and, like...
Ren, what are you doing?
No! Ren, like, shaking her head, like... And then she kind of
Mist- Oh, what?
peeks into the window.
There's a lot more of those web things. And from your proximity to the windowsill, you can see that it's ajar, and those chain link almost web channels
Uh-huh.
are leading out the window, which is what
Oh,
What Vathan got.
Vathan got stuck in. All of
Alright.
you are
It's
looking
just-
up. All of you are looking up right now.
Uh-huh.
Oh no,
The
no.
moon actually peeks out from behind the clouds for the first time this evening.
mm,
Oh no, no,
You see hundreds of these web channels coming out of every window.
Oh
Every
no.
Look, it's like
window
we've got
you
to
can
burn it.
see, every window you can see down the street has webs coming out of it.
Creek just looks
Oh
back at the
no.
door. He's like, we need to get out of here.
Oh no.
Down. Alright, let's go. Everyone leaving. We're leaving. We're going. Goodbye. Come on.
As you turn
Oh,
directly down the alley to the east, to your guys' right now, at the house at the end of that alley where you see there's the T section, there's a light in that window that wasn't there before.
Where? Where exactly? Click on it.
Right here.
I don't.
we don't see
anything.
anything.
You
Yeah, no,
oh.
the map is dark for us, so if it's in an area we can't see, then
Oh,
Yeah, you just gotta do the click pulse thing.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
okay.
Weird. This way. Can you see this ruler?
oh yeah.
It's
Yeah,
down
we can
the
see it, but we can't. That is
Okay.
a place for us that's in complete darkness. Right?
Yeah, like
So-
all over
It's
here.
almost complete darkness, but you see one pinprick of light. Like
Oh.
it's a window. It is clearly a window, and you see that
Ruffy.
it's flickering. As if
Rafi
it's
is gonna look back at the group and be like, alright, here's what I want to do. Is this light right there? And I really don't want to be here right now, but I'm going to drop into... I'm gonna stealth my way over and see what I can see. Hey, Ren! Wanna come with me?
Ren holds up a finger. She holds up a finger, and she's like, she gestures down to the conductor, and she's like, "You're not going to be satisfied until you know if we show your